morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the final Tuesday of Daily Dose. How do you feel about this, Dr. Mary?
I have mixed emotions over.
Okay.
We did reach some people. We plugged along. We're finding it desperate hard. Jeez, listen to me. It's desperate hard to come up with.
Maz is pulling out his most Irish
with new and fresh ideas. So yeah, and it's I think a nice time to stop and reflect and come back with something different is probably a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I do want to point out, in case you're wondering,
We haven't suddenly become Canadian.
No, you always say that and nobody ever knows what you mean. What I'm saying to you is I ordered us some new cashmere sweaters, and unbeknownst to each other, we are both wearing the exact same color, clearly different styles. But this is our most matchy-matchy we have ever gone. Now, it happens to be fantastic, so it's okay.
Yeah, we're good.
But how bizarro that we went straight for matching sweaters on our final episode of Daily Dose, our final Tuesday episode. Thursday will be our actual final episode. So we've got a couple of things to do today. Dr. Mary found a great article. We've sort of talked about some of these before, but boy, does this all bear repeating. And it bears repeating whether you struggle with alcohol or not. So give us, please, Dr. Mary, 7 tips for surviving Christmas as a recovering alcoholic. Excuse me. Wow.
The article does say for a recovering alcoholic, but I think these are also very good points for someone who's sitting there going, maybe I drink too much. I'll do something about it over Christmas. This is the most dangerous time of the year for anyone. Now, I'm going to say alcohol for this. Anyone who has an addiction, this is a dangerous time for you too, but this is about alcohol and I'm the alcoholic. So this is what we know most. But, everyone thinks, Christmas is peace on earth.
Christmas is the warmest time of the year. It's not always.
Not here.
Well, and I mean, that's,
weather-wise, anyway.
Yes, but that's true. This whole holly and jolly, the hysteria and happiness of Christmas. Suicides go up at Christmas. Addiction goes up at Christmas. Emergency room visits. People going into rehab. Depression is on. I mean, it's a terribly difficult time for a lot of people. And we've just plastered culturally this notion that you've got to be in just frenzied holiday happiness all the time. And it's just not true.
A lot of people feel most alone this time of year.
Yes.
So if you're a recovering alcoholic, especially if you're starting out, or if you know that you're struggling with alcohol or any other addiction, these are actually 7 really good tips. First one is be honest with yourself.
Do you want to tell your honest story that you've told so many times about the quiz you took in rehab?
Yes.
Because I think it pertains to this.
You see all these, most magazines have these quizzes in them about, do you drink too much? Especially this time of year, you'll see them everywhere. You can even Google them and they'll come up. So we were given one and we filled it in and they took it off us. And in fact, my counselor went through this very dramatic, ripped them up in front of us, handed it out again and said, right, do it again, but this is a room of truth, don't lie. So I thought, and I was like, all right, fair enough. So we took them. She didn't rip these ones up this time. She put them on one side. She handed it out a third time and said, do it again. And again, don't lie. So we did it. And then she was right, put your scores up. And then she said, double them. She doubled the scores. And she said, that is most accurate. Who wants to be honest? And every one of us kind of went.
Yeah. So be honest with yourself, which is hard to do. You think people should just be able to come out and say, yeah, I drink 6 glasses of whiskey a night. You think people should be able to say that. I have so many women friends who over the years have said this to me. Well, I bought a bunch of clothes, but then I hide them in my closet and I don't wear them for a long time. So when I wear them and my husband says, is that new? I say, oh no, I just bought, I mean, I've had it for ages. Sorry, I told that story weirdly. I've had it for ages. People lie about how much money they spend, about how much they weigh. When's the last time you were truthful on your driver's license about your weight, about how tall they are? I feel very fortunate to never have been on a dating website for myself because we've been together that long.
Yes, they didn't
But
exist when we
What
met.
I know from so many people is the photos that go up on a dating site and then the person you're meeting for coffee or dinner or drinks often bear almost no resemblance. People lie all the time. So if you are sitting there thinking, well, I would be honest.
Yeah, no, I was in a rehab center and it took 3 attempts to get us, the 8 of us, to actually just be, and we've been honest with a lot of things to that point.
Yeah. Okay, so be honest.
Be honest with yourself. Don't fall into these traps.
Hey, you're in teacher mode.
I am. It's the sweater. I'm talking over the wind.
I will put up the comment from Mother while we've paused yet again. I'm less struck by the color matching and more amazed by the fact that Wally is sporting the turtleneck version, but the sweater looks very good. He could be parked right at the ski lodge or on a boat, which was why
Thank
I
you,
bought
Bonnie.
it.
So things like it's only one drink. I don't want to be boring. I want to fit in. I can handle it. I'm in control now. You probably aren't. In fact, I recently read an interview about Robert Downey Jr. and he was at an awards ceremony. Now, bear in mind that these are in February and March. Someone said to him, "So you've been sober for a long time. Do you think you'll have a drink to celebrate?" Which is, of course, a stupid thing. And he just looked. The author of this said, "I watched him look right into the eye of the person asking the question." And he said, "No, I'm not. I made plans for Christmas already."
10 months down the road.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, next point.
Explain yourself.
I have a challenge with this. So tell me what this says because I haven't read the article.
You know, it's going back to be honest with yourself. Don't sit there and lie about it. You got to own up to this. Don't things like I'm allergic to alcohol, drinking makes me feel sick, I'm on medication so I can't drink. It doesn't agree with me. I quit drinking for health reasons. I don't enjoy drinking, getting drunk anymore. I can't stand being hungover. These are probably all true, but the reason you're not drinking is because you're an alcoholic in recovery.
And I'm just going to say, as the non-alcoholic, you don't owe anybody an explanation.
That there is.
You absolutely, if someone offers you a drink and you say no thanks and they question you on it, you simply say, I don't want one. End of story. You do not owe anybody an explanation.
And it also goes on to say, if you feel uncomfortable, leave for those reasons. Have
All
an
right.
exit strategy, which good.
We've talked about so many times because I love this idea.
First time I went to a function with, one of the first times I went to a function with Dana, it was, I think it was
who cares?
Anyway, it was a gala in some event place in a conference suite of a hotel. And so the idea was you got a night, if you feel bad in there because, they get you drunk to spend money for charity, walk outside, walk around the circumference of the building, go outside of the building, get some air. At the time we had a dog still, so it wasn't a lie to say, got to go home to the dog. Mm-hmm. If you're feeling bad, have an understanding between a partner that you bring with you or a friend that you've got to get out if you need to.
Well, and I just want to say you weren't feeling bad. This was just anticipatory planning in case you got there and panicked and wanted to order a drink, as opposed to being in that panic, fight or flight moment and thinking, well, now's the time to make a rational plan. Make the rational plan when you're not afraid.
A lot of people can't make rational plans and pivot at the same time.
There's a whole reason that lizard part of your brain either freezes, fights, or flees. Well, figure out a better plan than those 3 options. Okay.
Now, I've been sober coming up on 6 years now, and I'm going to be honest with you. I've never thought of the next one.
I hadn't either.
Don't buy alcohol as a gift. And you think, all right, but here's the rationale on this little paragraph. Here's a scenario. You're going out, you're getting ready for a party, you're out during the day, you've done a little bit of shopping. You go to a liquor store at 2 PM, you're going out 7 hours later. The alcohol's in your house. You're nervous, you're going to a party, you haven't drunk, and there it is, staring you right in the face. I never thought of that one.
Yeah. Yep, that's a good one. Plus, you don't owe anybody a bottle of wine. I mean, we often bring a bottle of wine because, as you all know, I still drink wine. But you don't owe anybody. Bring somebody a candle, bring them a loaf of bread, bring them chocolates, flowers. There's a million things you can bring that are not alcohol based if you feel that you need to bring something,
Now,
which we mostly do feel that
kudos,
way.
and even worse, I can't go into a liquor store and buy alcohol. I can go and buy non-alcoholic beer, but I can't buy alcohol. I tried it and it was not pleasant for me at all. But if you're in there and you're buying, you say, I'm going to buy a gift. Most big box liquor stores have gift cards. Buy someone a gift card to a liquor store if you want to buy them a drink,
Or again,
or don't buy
you
them
don't
anything
owe
to do with alcohol.
anybody alcohol. At the end of the day, there are no real positives to alcohol. We can all read the studies about how good it is for our heart and one glass of wine. It is a toxin that we are choosing to put in our bodies. If you've elected to stop drinking for any reason, you do not owe somebody else toxins, because that's what we've decided is the appropriate gift to bring to someone's home. Next.
5 is this one I have problems with. I actually successfully only did it for the first real time on Sunday.
Mhm.
Bring a non-alcoholic drink with you.
Maz feels very uncomfortable about this.
I do.
And why is that again?
I just feel like part of it is you kind of bring attention to yourself. Everyone's got a kitchen full of alcohol and you've got this little bag with something that you tuck into the fridge.
That's a refrigerator for you, mother.
Sorry, Barney. It kind of, to me, sometimes it feels like you're bringing attention to yourself. You walk into a party, say hi, and then put something in the fridge, or you feel like a loser. But another thing is, and it just dawned on me too, it's like you don't trust the host who knows you're an alcoholic and don't drink. You know, good hosts will say, hey, there's non-alcoholic options at my party.
And I would say, I mean, Maz is free to bring or not bring what he wants, but I would say it's sort of like if I'm having a party, there will always be vegetarian options. It's much rarer there will be vegan options because I'm not a vegan. So I think there is no shame in someone who's vegan saying, hey, I brought a alternative, whatever, to a cheese dip or whatever you want to bring, so that you know you have something at the party. It would be great if everybody covered all the bases. That's virtually impossible today. So I absolutely support what you're saying, but I also think it's totally okay to bring something. And here's the other thing. If you are hosting a party and you're not sure if everybody drinks, or you know that someone doesn't, let me just say this to you kindly. Don't buy O'Doul's. There are a million kinds of really good non-alcoholic beer. Don't buy O'Doul's.
It's not good.
It's not good. The other kinds are not that much more expensive. It's great that you're thinking about it. So better to think about it with crappy fake beer than no fake beer. And not everybody drinks fake NA beer, but it's an option. But upgrade just a bit. Get the other ones that you can buy at a liquor store. You can't buy them at the grocery store like you can buy O'Doul's, but they're just better. Okay. I think it's like you're bringing play alcohol, like candy cigarettes. I agree with Maz.
Last one is focus on the positive and relax. You're going to a Christmas party. Someone's told you there's non-alcoholic options. You didn't want to bring anything. Go and relax. See what they are. Something that's not in this article that I know that some people I know who are recovering would say is they never accept an open bottle or an open can. Because I think, some idiot, not the host, but some fool would have put something in it. Like when they say, I have non-alcoholic punch in the corner, you don't know if some idiot there has put alcohol in it just to liven the party up, and then you are, through no fault of your own, you're in a bad place. So just relax. If you've got all these bases covered, you can just go out and relax and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And if you are struggling with alcohol, or if you're saying, well, I only drink a few, I'm not an alcoholic, here's a word for you for coming out and leaving the party: Uber.
Yes.
You could say, I've had a couple. Or if you drank the night before and you really hit it hard, you might actually still be legally drunk.
Yeah. Mostly what we have discovered, and easy for us to say, we've been globally public about this problem in our household, but mostly what we've discovered is that the experience of being someone who doesn't drink has not been an issue. We had a bartender in Hawaii question whether or not you would drink that kind of garbage. We had someone, some little moments like that. But on the whole, it has been easy.
Oh, it has. And what's Anne say?
Anne says, I'm going to miss your podcast, but wish you all the best as you go forward and with other things. Happy birthday, Dana. Thank you. And thanks for the birthday card too. My first birthday card.
Oh, excellent.
And Merry Christmas to you both. Enjoy your time in the old country. We will. And thank you. We'll miss seeing you twice a week, hearing you chime in. Anything else you want to say?
If you're afraid to go out for any of these reasons, just take a breath. Think about all these things. Look, there's loads of websites you can look up. You're not alone. You can ask for help. If you're actually in AA and you've just started, you have a sponsor. I can guarantee you someone, even if you've been 4 times, you've probably got 3 or 4 phone numbers in your phone. Use one. It's not a chat up line in an AA room.
Yeah.
Phone someone. If they gave you your phone number, they'll give you the time to talk to you. And if they're in a supportive family and they are a good sponsor, you're not going to ruin a party. They'll just walk out. Everyone else in the room probably knows exactly what they're doing. And they'll just nod and go, helping someone. And that's it. If worst comes to the worst, don't go. You can stay on the phone and talk to someone. There are many online options you can take to actually talk to someone about it. There's podcasts you can listen to. Hell, we've got this is our 283rd video.
383rd, Dr. Mary.
Find one of them. I'm not self-promoting, but find something to listen to. Only take you 15, 20 minutes. It might do you the world of good. But do not hide alone.
Well, and don't drink to avoid the questions you think are coming, or the boredom that you're sure you will present, or the fear around it. It is scary.
And if you go and someone makes a douchebaggy comment, they're a douchebag, and you can always have an exit plan. You tried, you succeeded, you went home sober, you've won.
Yeah. Ultimately, I can't convince you of this. You will have to experience it for yourself. But Maz Mary drinking through Christmas and Maz Mary sober through Christmas there's no comparison. The accent was the same, although the enunciation was not. Often slurry, often dull, often passed out. That is not the way to be present with your friends and family. So take these 7 tips. They're in the body of the notes. Take these 7 tips and employ them where you can, and reach out for help when you want to and need to. And most importantly, I think the thing that I am walking away from Daily Dose with is give yourself some grace. If you slip up and have a drink, intentionally or not, you are not a bad person. You are not a failure.
This is true.
And I don't believe you have to go back to 0.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. We can be in disagreement.
No, but you're not. You haven't failed. You've had a lapse or a relapse. And I don't know, we say this a lot. Pick a phrase. Fall down.
When you're walking through hell, keep on walking.
Yeah, fall down 7 times, stand up 8, whatever. Just keep going.
Just keep going. Just keep going. You are worth it. Everyone who loves you is desperate for you to get this figured out. Figure it out for you and for them. So we'll see you on Thursday for our very last episode. And then who knows what we'll do on Tuesday, Thursdays, but it won't be this. So we'll see you on Thursday. Have an excellent, excellent day.
Take care.
Bye.